So we'll call the Thursday, February 8th, Equity and Inclusion meeting to order at about 7:01. And we'll go ahead and do an attendance. Bess Bailey.
Here.
Daniel Trotter is here. Martin Newton.
Here.
Marcia Wade Kuntz. First meeting.
Yeah, hello.
Hi.
Here. Yeah, Marcia.
Marcia. So sorry. I'm reading names and have forgotten. So thank you. All right. So we've got 4 voting members and then, of course, our council member liaison, Amy Clark. Do we have any comments from the public this evening? Reed, do you have anything to say? You can. Yeah, we have it on the agendas. Okay, cool. Does anyone move to approve the minutes from last meeting?
I move to approve.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
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 Hi.
All right, we'll approve those minutes.
Did you want to amend the agenda?
Yes,
to,
that's
okay.
what I was going
Okay.
to say right now, actually. So I think we're going to go ahead and amend the agenda to vote on the, what is it again? The officers. Okay, so remind us the officer positions that are available.
You only have chair and then vice chair
Okay,
available.
and I'm the chair, I take it. Who's the and is Bess the vice chair? Right?
I say that, but then let me look at your bylaws real quick.
I think it is co-chair, yeah.
Did you have a motion and a second to
Yeah,
amend?
so I move to amend the meeting agenda to vote on the officers today. Does anyone, or excuse me, I will request a motion to,
I'll move to approve officers today.
okay? Anyone
And I would second.
All right, all in favor of approving officers today?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay. So next on the protocol, would we nominate officers, I take it?
Correct.
Okay. I will nominate Bess to be the co-chair. Again, if she would accept. Okay.
Would anyone like to self-volunteer? All right, then I'm going to also nominate Daniel to keep this
I'd be
ball
happy
rolling.
to. But we can certainly vote on the matter. So all in favor of Bess Bailey maintaining her co-chair position, say aye.
Hi.
Aye. I don't know. Yeah, you can.
That's fine.
All right. And then all in favor of Daniel Trotter maintaining his co-chair position, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Cool. That seemed very official.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So next on the agenda, an item that we had on here, item 5, is the acknowledgement from this committee of Black History Month and starting a discussion about some of the items related to that. I know we have a really neat graphic that our team created, so I'll hold that up. We all have a copy of that, I believe, in our packets. And remind us who created this, or is that just want to be
That
anonymous?
was Megan. So this
Okay.
request came from Bess to include this on the agenda, and then Megan graciously created the graphic, and then the wording can be found just following it in your packet that we will put in our week in review for tomorrow and then the other 2 Fridays in February. And anything else that you guys would like to add to it?
Megan, this is way more than what I was thinking of an acknowledgement, which was Happy Black History Month. Make sure you celebrate it all month long. But this is gorgeous. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And I think on that note, or at least on that topic, Reed, you had some, or I guess, I'm sorry, we're actually getting ahead of ourselves. That's going to be the Snake Saturday stuff. Yeah, anything else on item 5? Any other feedback? Where will we post these? Will this just be more of an online graphic, or will this be anything that you?
Yeah, so it'll be online. So each Friday, the city sends out a week in review update. You can sign up on our website to receive alerts. We also post it on all of our social media outlets. And so the graphic will be included in that. And then it's usually a summary of what happened in the week. So for the entire month of February, we'll keep that wording in there as well. So you'll see it on Facebook, Twitter, and on our city's website.
And then I'd say last thing is Black History is not just the month of February, it's every month. So make sure you continue patronage. If you're looking for a great place to eat in Kansas City, my favorite Black-owned business is The Combine. Highly recommend it.
Speaking of Black-owned businesses, I did drive by the skate. I always forget the name of it. Skate school, and they had a lot of people in there. I mean, it looked like they had a really good class tonight. So we were lucky enough to meet their business owner, and it seems like he's doing a great job. So it was cool to see that today, for sure.
I think it's District Biscuits. The code word is District Biscuits.
All right, so item 6, we had added to the agenda after some discussion last week just about our presence and our identity and our logo and just really, getting our name out there and being a little bit more present. So we have the discussion of our branded items and just any authorization to purchase additional items. I think based on just some of the things we've done in the past, we had used this NKC United All Are Welcome logo for a lot of the items that we put together. And I didn't know if that was lost on just some of the new members, but that was kind of our logo, and there was a little bit of discussion about whether or not that really represented equity and inclusion, since it didn't necessarily say that on there, and whether or not that would be apparent enough to just like any bystander or citizen who might see us out in the community. So I think that's kind of where the discussion stopped, and would be a good time to pick up whether or not we want to rethink our logo and then get some additional items to present that. So.
On this one, the one with the truck, the one with the float on it, the major difference I see between this one are just the pattern of the rainbow flag on the back. Is it just me?
So that's for Snake Saturday. We can talk about it now,
Oh,
but
okay.
that's
I
just
thought
for Snake Saturday. But yeah, you're right. That's just
That's
the
the
main
major
difference.
difference.
But yeah, so those we planned on ordering to be included on the Snake Saturday and then the Pride float. So it would likely be on the front of the vehicle. That's what we thought, right?
Cool.
So yeah, but for this, we'll vote on that when we get to Snake Saturday float discussion. But on this item, there was discussion about when you guys are at events, people don't know that you're maybe committee members. So I thought like a magnetic name tag that you could wear along with the T-shirt might be helpful when you're at like the multicultural event or something at the dog park or whatever you might go to. So that's that first in your packet is a magnetic name tag. Still has the NKC.
Like this, kind of.
Still has the, you already own that?
You all right?
I think we got them for maybe the last iteration, maybe a
We're
little
kinda
over a year
fast
ago, I want to say.
I don't have one.
I don't think I ordered that for you, so that was not me, so I apologize. But we could get our new members name tags.
I think so.
Okay. I think Jennifer had brought up maybe some different shirts. I looked at like polo type shirt. That just seems really not your style. I don't know. Maybe more formal than I think we're wanting, because I feel like you want to be approachable and just at a community event. So, but I am happy to order different shirts. I think if you guys want to change the logo, whatever you want staff to do, we can certainly help you with that. So, and then the tablecloth, I know, because in the past you've just used the city's tablecloth. So I think it would be helpful to have your own branded tablecloth at events. Totally open. So, Marcia, I don't know if you know this, but you all as a committee have a $10,000 budget. And part of that, a lot of that has been spent on purchasing branded items for community events and things like that. So, open to whatever you guys think would be beneficial to spread your mission.
Curious, didn't that just get
Yeah, so starting
Refreshed.
October 1. Yep.
Okay.
Have we spent any of, I feel like we ask you this every week or every month, and I'm so sorry. Have we spent any of that yet?
Not. I think I bought the T-shirts last budget year. We renewed, so no.
Thank you.
Piggybacking on what Marcia said, Marcy, sorry, Marcia. I think we should look into some outerwear also, because sometimes it's going to be kind of chilly. Like this, every Snake Saturday parade seems like it's inclement weather, right? So maybe a hoodie, or maybe a jacket, or maybe hats. That way, we got T-shirts and everything like that. But that way, when it's inclement weather, we could also represent. Specifically hoodies, I think it would be a good idea.
With your current logo.
Yes.
On them. Okay.
That's just mine. It's open for the debate, but it's my opinion.
I like the iteration with North Kansas City United, all are welcome, and then the Equity and Inclusion Committee with it. Because I think when we started, the North Kansas City United campaign was one of our like big rocks that we wanted to complete. Still stalled. We'll get it done eventually. But I think that is a nice sentiment for all the different levels of inclusion and equity we want to serve in our city.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I've always been a fan of the logo just because I think it fits nicely with our city colors and that kind of thing. And again, yeah, I agree with you on the sentiment for sure. And if we can mix in the equity and inclusion name on all those things, that would probably make it even better. So.
Okay. Did you want to authorize me to spend up to a certain dollar amount? I mean, the name tags are $11.34 a piece, and I'll just order them for our newer members. Tablecloth it got cut off, but it's like $60. And then hoodies, I'm gonna go and say I can probably get those for $30 a piece. The banner 70. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, maybe we have 7.
you're only missing Ryan, Jennifer, and Krista.
So yeah, 7.
I would like a hoodie.
Put it
It
in the
counted
minutes.
you
Put it in the
and
minutes.
Megan.
Yeah, I would say like, I mean, I don't think, I mean, at that rate, probably don't want to hand out a lot of them, I would say. But having
Okay.
enough, for a couple sizes, to give the new team members when they join, it might
Okay.
be smart.
Sure.
So maybe like 15 hoodies? Is that too much? Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
And then you get maybe like a couple of like more the main sizes, and then if you have like a couple extra smalls or a couple like extra
Yeah.
extra large.
Sure. Okay.
That idea. Yeah, but I think 15 would be a good start.
Do you need a
Really
motion
good.
for this?
Like Martin said, we'll be able to represent when it's cold.
I would like a motion. And you don't have to include the dollar amount. You could just motion for staff to purchase name tags, hoodies, and just authorization to purchase would be.
I'll go ahead and move for staff to purchase branded swag for the EIC.
And a second?
All right, all in favor of purchasing the branded swag, say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
All right,
We'll get that ordered.
thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ongoing. So as you go to things and yeah, I mean, anytime that you want something, let us know. Martin, did you second that last motion? Yes.
Yes, motion, second to the last motion.
All right, let's move to item 7 and discuss the Snake Saturday float. And we do have a nice graphic for that. This looks really good. I'm excited to talk about it.
So again, Megan with her creativity designed that for us. And we've already engaged our municipal services dream team to start construction on that. So it is a wooden rainbow, and then clouds, and we're going to use a white truck to sort of, keep with the cloud theme. A pot of gold, and then we'll decorate the rest of the truck, with gold coins. That's what those are, right? And then the fringe. We were thinking that the banner would go on the front of the vehicle. And so this would be the same concept that we would use for Pride. So for both Snake Saturday and Pride. And then EIC members and others that wanted to participate would walk alongside the vehicle and pass out candy. And we've already registered with Snake Saturday, so that's all good. I will attend a Zoom meeting to give us details on where to meet day of and things like that, and then I'll fill all of you in. So I think we're looking for a recommendation on which banner you all like best, and then I think whatever.
Also, if you want to add anything else to the truck, we could entertain it. As long as it's not like a moving part or, wild.
Yeah. Please.
Oh, okay. I know it's not that one because we got yelled at. Oh, sorry. Oh, duh. There we go.
Okie dokie. Okay. Okay. So we have a lot of very creative people in our diversity council. So if you want an additional banner that we could do North Kansas City High School and North Kansas City in general or some sort of thing on that, we could make a additional banner. And I'm sure that if you guys want extra hands like to pass out candy, then lots of students would be interested and they could be in either their traditional garb or your t-shirts or whatever you guys are thinking. We haven't.
Pass up that offer. I mean, that sounds
No.
awesome.
Well, yeah, awesome. So, yeah, we could do 2 banners. We could do like a joint banner with like artwork. I don't know, whatever you guys think.
We have lots of supplies, so if you guys don't want to spend money on a banner, we have
Okay.
some readily available.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think if they're open to that, I think that would be great. Because what was the cost of these? 70? Yeah. So that would be great. And then that was going to be my other question was, what do you all want to wear? Because we could make special Snake Saturday shirts, like EIC shirts. I also think your idea of the traditional cultural garb would be cool. So I think open to whatever you guys want. We could do both. We could have like a branded shirt with the both of us, and we could come up with. You guys could even design the shirt, and then we could have a made that we could do something like that.
Just curious, do you think the sweatshirts will be here in a month?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would probably wear myself.
Okay.
But obviously we could be. 80
Well,
degrees.
yeah. I mean, it was 65 today, so you never know.
I can definitely pitch it to the class and see if anyone wants to design something, because we've designed a couple of shirts and people have lots of ideas. So we could design a couple and give you guys some ideas if you want that, or we could just do the regular ones.
I
And
love
then-
that idea. If we were the ones to order it, we would need like more of a blanket approval for how much to spend on them, correct?
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I mean, even if you wanted to say $500, knowing that I probably won't spend $500, how many participants do you ballpark? We won't hold you to a number.
We have 30 members approximately, active members. I would say maybe 15 or so
Okay.
would be interested. A lot of underclassmen, I'm sure, would be interested because they love those kinds of things. And then if you guys want to give us like a flat out, like, not like flat out, but like just kind of an idea of what you want on a poster, or if you want to just email us and then we can make that happen. Like, if you wanted to say Equity and Inclusion Committee, or if you wanted to say North Kansas City High School Diversity Council, or if you want it to be like rainbowy.
I'm trying to think if, I mean, I like the design that we have here. I mean, and just for, I think it works really well for Pride as well. But I think having your all's presence known on a poster would be good. So personally, I like the vinyl banner just for kind of a mainstay for future floats. But then,
So we could do both.
You want-
We could have a banner and they could do a banner.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
we put the banner on the back end.
Yeah.
On the,
Yeah, or people could carry it, walk and carry it. Yeah.
And would this one be carried or would it be on the?
We were thinking putting it on the
That's what I
front of the truck. Yeah. So we could do that. We could put that one on the truck and then have the one that you guys could carry and yeah.
It could be like Equity and Inclusion Committee invites North Kansas City High Schoolers or something like that.
I would
Yeah.
say, I mean, just make it whatever you want for the theme. I mean, you got, your all's creativity will
You could also
sure take
do
over it.
like
I mean, I think for the Snake Saturday parade, yeah. What were you gonna say?
like signs with statements on them.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
I'm a fan of that. You guys could always like detail like or like do a mention of like North Kansas City for the high school, but then sort of messaging, kind of things like what you guys maybe have messaged throughout the year, throughout all the committee members, or
I
Yeah.
like. Okay,
think that could
I will tell it to the more artsy people, and then I'll have them email you guys. They said they're sorry they couldn't be here, Kylie and Kate. They just had other things, and I'm like, okay, so I'm here.
Really, one question before you, you guys aren't entering a float. You guys don't have, okay. I
We
just
weren't
wanted,
planning on it.
we're
okay.
entering
Just
our
one.
float. Yes.
Okay, so just some quick math. If we wanted to get T-shirts, like special T-shirts for Snake Saturday outside of the hoodies, and I know how much we just paid for our Snake Saturday police T-shirts, so that's $25 a piece. Got 30 of them. That's $750. Or we just stick with the hoodies, and I could just purchase more than 15 hoodies. It's up to you guys. Or they could. Do you guys have shirts?
Yeah.
They could just wear their shirts.
We have
Then-
our ones from the Multicultural Festival.
Oh, I think that's a good idea. To kind of spread out what it all covers, throughout the year, and it's expressed during Snake Saturday.
We also were selling those, so if you guys want them,
Shameless plug.
We'll have a real big float you can advertise on.
we still have cookbooks too. You guys wanna?
Oh, nice.
Okay, so will you communicate that with Martin, with your banner and if how much involvement you think you're going to have?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll communicate with you about where we need to meet and things like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you want a design? A t-shirt
We
design or no?
I think
I-
just a
yeah.
banner or just a
Okay.
banner that you all, will be proud to carry. And like Amy said, things with your messaging and your missions is,
yeah, and I don't think we
Pretty
need to see
cool.
that design. You guys should.
but yeah,
do.
you all,
Okay.
we trust your.
Okay, I'll get a banner and like rough estimate of how many people might be interested, or
Yeah,
do
just
it.
so we can plan for because we're going to give candy and things like that. So yeah,
okay.
Did we run out of candy last at the Pride Festival?
we ran out of everything
Oh,
that we brought.
I think I was throwing my own things.
People,
Half
I was
of
giving my own
shoes.
sunglasses away.
Here, you can have them.
So we will purchase lots of candy. We're not going to do the swag, like the sunglasses and stuff for Snake Saturday, but we will do, Starburst, Skittles, those kind of things. We were
Okay, so
thinking.
do those items also come out of the $10,000 budget?
Correct, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then do we typically have residual funds left over each year? Or do we
Yeah.
tend to actually?
Yeah,
use
so
the
each
budget?
year, the commission has always had, you've had the budget for 3 years now. And they've always had residual, yes.
Okay, is it like a lot in residual or?
Last year it was not, it was like $1,000 that
Okay.
was left over. Because we purchased a lot of stuff for Pride.
Yeah, and I feel like each year it'll get we'll be able to spread this money even more because we'll already have everything, put together. We'll just slowly add whatever we want to add, right? But the float would already be
Yes, and actually,
Done.
we upped the budget. It's $15,000 now.
over EIC.
Yes.
Forgot we did
Yes.
that.
I forgot that.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Let's do this.
And then did we want to talk about timing as far as when you would need to, get back with us on participants and designs and all that good stuff?
Let me get my
As it is
notes
fast
up.
approaching.
Okay.
So we meet again on the 14th.
Which would be, correct.
No, yes, the 14th of March. And the parade is on the 16th. But how I plan to communicate with you, I can't remember when the Zoom meeting is that I'll attend, but it's not that far before that. And how I plan to communicate with all of you is just via email about this is where we need to be, that sort of thing.
And then for you, Marie, I'm putting my high school teacher hat on. Do you guys have any like big school things that come up between now and the parade? So like you can block more time than you need.
Yes. As far as student council goes, which a lot of our members are like, do both, but diversity council, not really. So I think I don't think it will be too difficult. And we've blocked Wednesdays off. Like our sponsor will be there Wednesdays coming up, like after school, so we can work on that. So I don't see it being an issue at all.
So by like March 1st, you think you could let us know, commit, we think we'll have this many people at the parade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is March 1st too late, or is that okay with all of you guys?
That's 2 weeks' notice.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that you guys are prioritizing being students before you're also in different activities.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so March 1st, you want the number of people, and the banner just needs to be done by the day of, or do you guys want to okay it?
I'd say just day of.
Have your sponsor okay
You want
it.
to send us some pictures along the way?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
do we need to provide anything for that? Like, I mean, I'm picturing like something a few people carry and it's kind of wide. I just don't know how easily accessible those kinds of things are.
We have like huge rolls of paper,
Okay.
and like if you want it like a real banner, that's different. But like if you just want it like a paper banner, like something we would put on the wall, like we got that easy.
Okay, cool.
We could
I've
figure
used water bottles. When I did the Women's
Really?
March, I put water bottles on the back of my poster board, and that's how I held it up, like empty. And they were just structure, and
Oh, that's
I don't know.
smart.
that could provide some structure, and it's
Or even like a
Close to
yardstick
free.
or something.
something. I mean, to give it some structure, but for handling, then you can like have something to grab onto. That's super lightweight. Empty water bottles, not.
Thank you. Okay. So, handles. Okay. Is there anything else you guys need from me?
I don't think so. That's exciting. I'm looking
Hey, thank you guys so much for letting us be a part of it.
Yeah, thanks, Reed.
Thank you.
I do have to run though. I have some homework.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Did Bess scare you?
Oh, man.
All right, cool. Well, that's awesome.
Can I?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted some clarification on, so the float building, there's already been people, I mentioned during the council meeting, like, that we want volunteers to build the float. I guess in my mind, like, we were all gonna do this, but you're saying Public Works is gonna put
Yeah,
this
so
sucker together?
we, well, we won't have that much to do on this.
We got the clouds.
The clouds.
I think, like,
And
if
then
we
just, like,
could set a
attaching the
weekend,
claims.
there are people that are like
So this is the thing,
excited to
though.
help.
This truck is a city truck that is
Right.
utilized
No, but
daily.
like making the things that we set aside to then attach to, right? That's what I'm thinking. Because otherwise, it's going to be like super last minute, like Friday night.
We were thinking we were just going to buy the things.
Like the materials. Like for the cloud, I'm picturing styrofoam balls stuck
Okay.
together
Yeah.
and then figuring out.
And then assembly.
Yeah.
So the
There will be an assembling and then a painting situation.
We're going to have the guys paint it.
We're going to have them paint the rainbow.
Yes.
But the clouds are a different story.
They could paint it. Or we just purchase white foam balls.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, so if, Reed,
I'm
you,
just thinking that.
Reed, you get a race out of here, truly. We'll just tuck behind your back and I'll fill you in. You don't have to stay, right? Like, I don't want to keep her here. You have homework. I am not going to be the reason why something goes awry in your life. Valerie will come
I was
after
saying,
me.
your mother knows us.
Yeah, I'm like, she will not go out with me anymore.
Yeah, that would be.
If you guys want extra help, like assembling, like you're saying, we can always get people there a little earlier than you guys imagine. We could assemble it the day of, or if there's a weekend, I could just put out like a post on SportsU and be like, hey, we need you guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If we can line out a date that we just kind of say, let's just make sure everything's fleshed out, looks pretty good, and is lined out. We have like some structure to it, so we're not just sort of scrambling at the last minute. Then we kind of, and it allows people that maybe won't be able to make it or whatever it may be, they want to participate in kind of putting it together. At least, they've reached out, a few people have reached out. So whether it be like the weekend before or the weekend after you guys settle on the design kind of thing, like that first weekend of March, I don't know. That's whatever works for everybody. I just figured if we establish a date or maybe it's the Friday night before, I don't know if we want to wait that late, or if that works for everybody. I feel like the earlier the better, so we get a handle on like, oh, I thought this was going to be super fast and easy, and it's actually like, none of it's done, We don't know what emergencies might arise. I mean, hopefully not, in the city that maybe the rainbow doesn't get painted or something like that. So I'd rather kind of plan.
The rainbow
Be
will
ahead
get
of it.
painted, I promise you.
It's getting painted. Okay.
Yeah. So I will not be here the weekend right before. I'll be at a work thing that weekend. So staff cannot be here on the 9th. Well, yeah, but that's so I don't know what you guys, in my mind, I'm picturing most of this is done by city staff just because they'll have to affix it to the truck.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
So the first weekend in March
Is a possibility.
is a possibility.
Yeah, I think then we have a better idea of like, are we good with the design, the layout? Do we have the supplies by then? Or is that what we're thinking? We'd at least have the supplies by then? I know we're not decorating the truck right then, but it's
Yes.
just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I want to get ahead of it so we're not out there like, oh, we really thought it was going to be this, and then it all kind of fell apart. That's not going to happen.
We could
But-
do like the cauldron and the money. Also, if you guys want to add, like I said, more, or we could do the pieces so that then. It's ready
Yeah, I'd like to
assemble.
kind of try to, I don't know, make it kind of cohesive and if we can.
We could cut out.
Yeah.
We could cut out little circles like gold coins, and
I do like that. I'm honestly like, how do we try to, either we're walking around as clouds or with like a message or we're coins and everybody has value. Oh, things like that.
I was thinking like we could make chains of them to decorate, but that works too. Whatever you guys want,
Yeah.
because we have a whole class dedicated to things like this. So right now we've been like learning a lot about like Black history and stuff like that. But if there's things that need to happen, like it usually only takes up half the class period and then we get to do what we need to do. So if there's things that we could be helpful with, there's people who sit around and do nothing. So I would love to yell at them.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the coins would be great. I just, do we need to give you the supplies?
Yeah, if you do like some round coins, like as far as something wearable or something.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you can
yeah.
have your message on that of like a value message or whatever it may be. Maybe it just says like, I'm this and I'm valuable. I have no idea, but just something that's, I think
I
that
see
like
where you're
tries to
going.
tie it in to where it's not just pot of gold, but it still has that like equity and inclusion feel that kind of says, what's our message with this theme? You know, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Would you guys want like everyone to carry those or like some people to carry those and some people can't carry candy?
Oh yeah. Whatever.
Just however many
well,
we
I
get
think
done.
If it's like light, you can almost like do a thing where it's just like draped on the front of you kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like a thing to have to tote. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
You could also just say no way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think staff, I mean, if I'm getting it right, you guys are like, we got rainbow nailed down. We've got what we see here. You guys are nailing that down.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, I'm only like throwing it out there. You guys could also just be like, nah. But I'm just thinking like, when you're looking for ideas and you guys can absolutely be like, Amy, no. But I'm just trying to think of like how we tie it in. So it kind of feels like we're all sort of walking together on this and I don't know. And they may come up with something totally different, but I'm just trying to spitball sort of ways to kind of tie it in
No, I
to
really
a
like
Snake Saturday feel, but also have that like messaging through that, you know, this is the way we can also reach people so they're not just seeing their typical Snake Saturday float. They're seeing us.
I
what
like
we
the
stand for.
idea of holding the like messages on something like that. And we have like, if you guys don't feel comfortable with us using our supplies, but also like since it's a school thing, like we have huge rolls of paper that the library lets us use for anything school related. So like I would say not use that money on it. And then help us at the multicultural festival again. Like
Yeah, so I mean, I think, so everything that you see in this picture, staff will purchase. And my goal was to have our municipal staff make all these things, which is not a problem. Like, I was even going to have them probably make the cauldron that sits in there. Or just purchase one. They sell those big plastic ones. But I think what you guys could do is the messages, like the wearable coins maybe, or shamrocks. But just from an ease of, this float is going to have to be put together early in the morning on that day of, if we can have our staff kind of just do that, I think that would be, so we know it's done.
Yeah.
It'll happen. That would be my preference.
Okay.
Just to make sure that, you know, life happens, and when you have volunteers, sometimes, you know, we all can't meet at the same time or whatever. So that would be my preference, but it's whatever you guys. If you want to meet and put the things together, it's just going to have to be on the Friday and Saturday before, Friday evening and Saturday before Snake Saturday, which is early. Our staff will have already had it done by then, yes.
Right.
Because
Okay.
the truck that we're using is a daily used
Daily driver.
truck.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I think also just kind of going, if we're for sure that part's going to be squared away, I think it's then the high school piece of going like maybe focusing on what you guys come up with that could tie in, that doesn't have to feel like approval or anything like that. You could also just be like, we decided to go this route with it. But yeah, that we just kind of show up and it's all put together.
Do you guys have any ideas of types of messages that you would want on the shamrocks or coins, or like if we do decide to do that, which we probably will? I like that.
Well, I think, yeah. And Amy
I almost
can
want the
probably-
students to like, you know, pan around the room or the school, like where they can scribble something up on a big sheet and see, like, take away a few of those messages and use them to see like what feels kind of universal or what feels kind of like, whoa, like eye-opening, or any of those things. I don't know. Or not.
Works for me.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. I like the idea of, the value element and also like the uniqueness of a four-leaf clover, maybe. Like what's unique about like your experience or who you are, those kinds of things. I think that's what could tie in from a clover perspective. But
Like, find your four-leaf clover in you. I don't know. But like
I know.
something, let's get like deep cheesy.
I can do deep cheesy.
Deep, we're going deep. I got a direction. Well, deep cheesy is what she's told me to say. Don't use that.
that's the vibe.
Stuff is recorded. Yeah, the vibe we're doing. We got cheese
Hashtag
hats.
bad
That's
jokes.
I don't
how-
know.
That's how kids talk.
That liaison. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Sus. She said deep
Vibe.
cheesy. That's sus. No cap.
And then, Martin, the email thread that you used in the most recent email, that one's perfect because it has everyone on it. And we're all pretty good at checking our emails, but obviously sometimes we're not. So that email thread is perfect. And then, yeah, I think,
Go do your homework.
okay,
Thank you, Reed.
we'll email you and after our class next week and let you guys know the dealio, like with what we're thinking of. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Have a good night, Reed.
Okay. So I think we're good on
You
that.
need to vote on one of these
Yeah,
banner
on one of
options?
these banners.
Do we want to put our heads down and all vote on one, just so we don't know what the other person voted? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, just where everybody puts their heads down. They'll say one, and the people who like one will. No. All right. It's maybe a little informal for a city committee, but
I think we can just vote.
okay.
Marcia's like, we're adults here.
All right. Well,
Some among us.
do we like these options enough to vote on one of them right now? Okay. So, does anyone move for a vote on item or banner option 1 and banner option 2?
I second.
I say banner 2.
Well,
Oh, no, we're going to have a
Wow.
tie.
man. I was going to say 1, just because I like the traditional flag that's been built into it. That's just me, though. I mean, maybe the non-traditional display of the LGBTQ flag is a better way of doing it. I don't know. If anyone has a good argument, I'm up for. Was that an oxymoron when I said traditional pride flag? Is that? Can you use it? I mean, you said.
Oh, no, we went down the rabbit hole in
I
my
learned
office the
all
other
about
day.
pride flags yesterday.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It actually has a circle now, and so that's a whole. But yeah, the original actually had hot pink, and was just the rainbow.
That's what. Yeah.
So I don't know. We could purchase both. They're $70 a piece.
We do have 15,000 instead of 10,000 now.
My thought on both is I almost would like to see these draped on the sides. I know that would trap the driver in the, driver's seat kind of thing, but there could be like a release mechanism. They wouldn't be totally trapped. But I almost saw those being draped on the sides
Okay.
of the truck because, because otherwise how are they putting these letters?
I was gonna order magnetic,
Okay.
like a magnetic sign or 2 for each door. But the banners, I think we
I think
could
2 banners
just
would
buy 2
probably save you
banners.
on that. I mean, that would probably make
Yeah.
the cost. I mean, you could probably tie it to the mirror and maybe if there's like a,
And to the
Oh, yeah,
bed.
this,
yeah.
our
That's
municipal
doable.
services
They'll make it
guys
happen.
they could
Cool.
rig it up and that would,
I
and we
think
can
they'll-
make it so it's
Yeah,
easily detachable.
yeah, they can.
totally
put it
on
out
board
like
with that.
that
Yeah.
and then get out and then put
we
it back
get both versions. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal.
Sound
Okay,
American
so
flag, nobody
everybody's
freak
happy.
out.
On both, one on each side.
Yeah, I like it. So
Very cool.
I move that,
It
yeah,
came to one,
purchase both. No, let's do both.
that's a good plan because it would cover us even on Pride,
Mhm.
and this is a thing we can use for infinity. Correct.
Yeah, and the second one, that may end up being how the flag looks someday, and we're just ahead of the game. Maybe.
Visionaries.
And we can credit Megan Summers when it happens.
Megan designed this for Snake Saturday in 2024.
So many.
Lot.
I'm like, I don't know.
Shapes are being added.
Shapes.
Oh, okay.
There are a lot of flags.
Well, let's just add that one to the mix. I feel like we're cool.
Okay. A muffin. A motion.
Would you like a motion?
Yes, yes.
I move to buy both flags.
I second that motion.
All right, all in favor of purchasing both flags, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let's do it.
And then just to make sure, are you guys good with staff, city staff doing most of the float? Or did you, okay.
That's great.
I am good with it.
I'll get Sarah
Very
involved.
kind of you.
Because you know Sarah works here now. Yeah. Yeah.
I think let's add the caveat, if there is a winter storm of great magnitude beforehand or some event where city staff has to rescue kittens or something, there are people who want to volunteer.
Important.
Yes, yes.
Rescuing kittens is very important.
Understood, yeah. So if we need something or we think of something additional, we will reach out to you to say, hey. And I think Reed and the other high school students would definitely help too.
Send out a red alert. Yes.
Green alert.
Green alert. Yeah, I was like snake. No, just green.
Yeah.
All right. So item 8, we get our monthly council member update from Amy.
I mean, not to just continue to talk through this, but just know the months are moving by and we're going to hit Snake Saturday and then there's going to be April, May, June. June's going to be Pride. So the next thing is going to be the city deciding on public transportation. So we've got to maybe add that to the next agenda, but it's just a thing I know is always going to be right around the corner that I don't want us to lose sight of. All the, kind of ideas we were throwing around. I think before we had spoken about like, the hospital being incorporated in that effort, and it may just be a monetary, thing where they pitch in versus like develop their own sort of shuttle program or pilot program. They just simply assist with what exists. So I guess, we did work through Northland Assistance Center. Does anybody have any opinions or feedback? I guess we didn't get, I didn't look through the report out on that particular item.
We have not, we just received the report.
Okay.
From the North End, so it was not included on
Didn't
that
think
agenda.
so. I was like, I don't remember. I think they've gotten so far this year 30 or 40. I'm trying to, I'm saying this year as in including on the budget year basically, which starts in October. I don't know. I don't know that what we're doing right now is sustainable. The solution of just being like, hey, if you come to the Northland Assistance Center, even in the morning and say, I need a place, that we just get it for you because it's going to be a cold night. I went there to kind of donate foods and things like that and checked it out, and it's busy. It's hopping. You know, people go there for assistance on utility bills, water bills. They do a great job, and their food pantry is luckily right now very plentiful. I say that it's been a week or two since I've been there, so, or maybe even close to a month now, so maybe it's already depleted. I mean, that's how fast it can be. The thing that I just feel like we need to think of a solution that's more long term, because I don't know that just doing the hotel rooms is really meeting the overall need. It's kind of right now providing a bit of a Band-Aid in a way, like on super freezing cold nights, like hopefully death prevention kind of thing, but I don't know that I don't know. It's just one of those things where when it comes up, and also in the hot, days, we've just got to come up with something. I don't know what it is. Because we're finding more and more people, we're finding the same people that come, which kind of also begs to wonder if they're checking out the other shelters as they're meant to. We're supposed to be like a last option, just kind of like come to us if you've, explored all of your options, which how exhausting, right? Like you're already living on the streets and, have to go through all your options, but we're noticing there's not really a nearby shelter nearest to North Kansas City. I mean, that's like close enough, that's feasible enough, I guess. So just kind of something I want us to have on the radar as we move, through the cold weather days. Luckily, of course, the weather's been nice lately, but and I dare to hope and say that we haven't lost anyone. But yeah, it's just something to think through of like going forward, because I just don't know how sustainable it is. And when we have the same individuals, that are showing up to just say, hey, can I do that tonight? And whether that is something that would fall in the city or something that we start to really develop like a not-for-profit organization that raises the funds kind of thing, or, that we look at buildings nearby for a shelter and things like that, like a more sustainable solution. So just something to think through. Other than that, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but we did finally, I think, the final modification to the marijuana ordinance as far as like medicinal only, and now it's recreational, it's all the above, and there's not certain zones or areas. It's sort of all.
Yeah, so it brought us to align with state statute.
Yeah. So that was like the main thing that we voted specifically on as far as a discussion.
The questions for the community survey were submitted to council for inclusion in the actual survey. And then at their next meeting, they will receive a presentation from ETC, who is the surveying company. And so if they have any comments about those questions, I will let you know about the EIC questions.
On that, would we want to maybe have someone there from the EIC to kind of speak to that, or if those, because I don't know if we have the immediate feedback.
We don't have the immediate feedback yet. So I think if we do get any feedback about those, then I think it might be beneficial.
Okay.
Sure. But
we would know that before the meeting, I assume.
I assume. I can follow up on that, but I assume that
Okay.
we will know. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they've given us a heads up. I mean, we're entrusting this group to, this is what they do. This is their wheelhouse. They put together these survey questions. They're very aware of like survey fatigue and how long it may take and what's going to make people divert. Are they going to bother finishing if it gets too wordy or too much? So they're looking at all those factors, and I want to hope that everything is included, but at the same time, I think we're all entrusting them to make the best choice to get the best results. So I think I just wanted to be ahead of that in case maybe one question got knocked off, but I think we kind of prepared for that.
I see that come through, and I'll keep my eye out for that. I'll let the entire committee know, and then if we want to have a member present at the meeting, I think that would be, we can plan for that ahead of time.
And yeah, I mean, my other thing was just, the volunteers, and I'm just smiling inside, like, yes, Sarah's like the first one that reached out to me. And I'm going to be like, don't you worry. You're going to be putting it together. That's going to be awesome. She's like the perfect person to help put it together too. She's very creative. So, yeah, I think that's it. Is there any questions, any immediate things you guys have for me?
I saw there was an update about the Y, just like I think it was an update in terms of like usage for North Kansas
6
City
times.
citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So folks who, you just basically have to use your membership or lose the subsidy.
Yeah.
Subsidy.
Yep, the subsidy. So if you're on a family membership of the Y and have that subsidized, you're in the city and have the subsidized amount, anyone in your family, as long as you go 6 times. So it includes anyone in your family. If it's an individual, obviously you need to go at least 6 times a month to visit the Y. So go float in the pool, go down the slide. Do they even open it anymore, ever? But yeah, that would be an update for everybody to be aware of. And yeah, good job to everyone. What happened?
I
No.
thought you meant if the slide was open as
That's
an
a great
update to
update.
everyone.
Gosh, I wish they would let us know when that slide's open. I
I'm
might
so
show up more often. No. Perfect. I love that you caught that. Thank you for that correction. For the notes, for the minutes, it's not about the slide, it's about the visits.
It's on record now. It's on YouTube.
record.
So
Well, YOLO. Okay, thanks, Bess. So I'm here for you. Good. Well, I think that's it. Good job, everybody. Also, is the Combine the one that's also like a library, and then they have like vegan options? No?
The Combine is in downtown, or not
Downtown.
downtown. It's near 30th and Troost. It's near the school board, or the school district building.
Oh, I'm
You
thinking
like
of.
had a corner of like Ruby Jean.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It
No, I
is
do love some
so
Ruby Jeans.
good.
Okay.
But if you could let council know that'd be dope.
Yeah, okay, we'll do. Yeah.
Peachtree is also a really good.
Peachtree is good. Blue Nile. I personally like Elsa's. I just realized they changed their name to like Albo. It's like Elsa's Ethiopian if you haven't had it. She makes the food, so you have to be very patient. And you show up with like a good hour and a half ready to spend with your friends. And she's back there making it. Her husband is serving. It's just the best experience, and it's really good Ethiopian food. It's over in like Old Overland Park. You know what I mean? Like that little area.
Yeah, I've been there before. I work real close to
Yeah.
it. I haven't been there in a long time,
Oh,
but it
it's so
is
good.
something. It's
Yeah.
delicious.
It's a good experience.
I mean,
It's named
really
something
awesome.
else now, but it says right on there like previously Elsa, same setup, but that's my go-to. But yeah, that's it. And great job.
Okay. So the announcements on here, we've talked in depth about Snake Saturday being on March 16th. And then we'll have the Pride Parade to look forward to a couple months later on June 8th.
yep, and we're all signed up, registered for Pride as well. So I'll keep you updated as information rolls in about that.
That's great.
So the idea by already being signed up is we won't be in the back this time.
Right.
Yeah, that was exciting. Really quick, what if people want to walk in Snake Saturday for equity inclusion? Like,
Yeah, so I plan to ask staff, because Sarah, and I'm sure other staff, I've talked to other staff members about it. So yeah, I think the more the merrier, honestly. Invite your friends, your family. Yeah, so I told them I think that we would have 20 to 30 participants. So,
Okay.
and I mean,
Yeah, and I'm thinking if we give them like some sort of like something to wear or
yeah,
you know.
so I'll have the T-shirts, all that stuff. So
Okay.
I imagine that morning, once I get the logistics of where, because the floats meet in different areas, so wherever we're stationed, we'll either meet there or meet here at City Hall first, and then probably walk to wherever we're gonna be. But so that at that time I could hand out shirts and all that stuff if we need to get people in EIC shirts. So if you bring family and that kind of.
Or is there a different design than or we're reprinting what we have? Were we discussing like not doing the North Kansas City United?
I I thought we had discussed, we were just going with our NKC United, maybe ordering some hoodies, but I was only ordering 15 hoodies, so I won't have. Or we can do a specific Snake Saturday design.
No, not Snake Saturday, but I thought we even talked about like almost rebranding, not just inventing that tonight, but just sort of like, I mean, we almost have to, but doing,
I think what
Maybe
we
I'm
had
crazy.
discussed just before when we were discussing the branding, that you guys still liked the logo. Was that right?
Those were just some comments, yeah, I think that we made. Now, I feel bad because Jennifer brought it up, and I mean, I think she was a little more behind getting a brand new logo and some rebranding. But personally, I like the logo, and just if we incorporate equity and inclusion into all of those items that we put the logo on, it makes it a little more explicit. But that's by no means a final decision.
But the t-shirts that I have don't have equity and inclusion on them.
Right, yeah, they just have our logo.
Yeah.
But I think for the sweatshirt, I was expecting us to put equity and inclusion
Yeah.
committee or equity and inclusion, whatever it might
Right.
it might be with the logo. So
Agree.
so it would be the North KC United, all are welcome, and then Equity and Inclusion Committee, like on the back or a part of the logo? or-
I'd probably put it under it, like as a part of the logo. I can include it.
Okay, and so we're wanting
I'd have
get
to
this.
see what it looks like on the hoodie, but yeah.
Okay, so we're wanting to get this done tonight so that we can order it for next Saturday. Like, is that the?
Based on the motion that was made earlier, I was going to order 15 hoodies with the NKC United All Are Welcome and then Equity and Inclusion Committee on them.
Okay, correct. Okay, so and that's.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
And we have like a ton of t-shirts with those logos on it.
Okay, so I think for our purposes for Snake Saturday, given that it is fast approaching, and I know that we would probably get the order in and whatnot, but for ease, right? I think we should go ahead and use the T-shirts that we already have available to us, right? And then next meeting or whenever we can come to you with suggestions for our next shirt order
That sounds like a plan to me.
and other products.
Yeah.
That way we kind of kill two birds with one stone. We're not wasting anything. We're
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah.
so hold off on the sweatshirt order, it sounds like.
No, I was still planning to order the
No, she's saying do
sweatshirt.
that, just don't do like,
Oh, like
A mass
Okay.
order,
Okay,
yeah.
Dana was like,
No
what about my
bulk orders.
sweatshirt?
Yeah. Martin got me excited for that.
Everyone wants a hoodie.
All right, cool.
I think it's helpful to have the equity and inclusion added, so I think. that'd be
Agreed, yes.
Super great.
Although I don't have any other additional announcements other than in the last packet was included the YMCA contract. We're still in the throes of a renegotiation with them at a staff level. So if you have anything to add or that you'd like to be included in that,
Change the
shoot me an email. What?
We just want I want that other hour on at the end of the
The
day.
other hour, I
Actually, there were
did
two,
mention that, yeah.
I'll take one. If
Yeah.
we can stay open until 9, I think that would be pretty sweet. 8's just tough for someone who gets home at 6.
Yeah, it's 8 now, yeah.
My 2 cents.
You may want to deal with the issue of day passes too. They're not issuing it to students after 3 o'clock.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, there's been some issues with groups of kids causing trouble or whatever, as kids want to do. And I'm not sure what the solution is, but the committee might want to take this up because this is an age thing. This is part of equity and inclusion.
Yeah, I mean, just in going there, I've never seen any what I would call like poor behavior outside of just kids playing
Right
and
now, they're restricting day passes after 3
Interesting.
o'clock.
Okay, and that's a direct result of unsavory behavior happening at the Y?
That's what they said.
Okay. Because I'm also interested to know if the city overall is now seeing an increase in unsavory behavior because some of the the day passes are not being offered. You know what I mean? So
Sure. So like you're meaning outside of the Y. Are we seeing? Yeah.
right, yeah.
The other thing that makes me think is what is the demographic breakdown of the guest pass request? And the language being used to describe behavior and children. And that raises a large level of concern.
So action item there, I mean, is it more to talk directly to YMCA to kind of get more of a report on
Yeah.
why they're not extending the day passes?
Yeah.
Get a-
Because I'm not sure that at a staff level we knew that. So, yeah. So, I will ask about that. No, only memberships.
Only city residential.
Right. Yeah, but if like a citizen of North Canton City bought a day pass, it's the whatever. I don't even know how much a day pass costs, but it's that same price. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it must be pretty bad if they're turning away revenue, but I'm just saying that a little bit tongue in cheek. Like, you know, I mean, I feel like it's a good place for kids to be. Hopefully, they could create some constructive things to do and govern it in a way that's respectable, but, you know, still warrants respect from the kids. I would hope that that's an environment where that can happen. But
I will get some further details on
need
that.
Brandy back. She would have the scoop. You may not. Well, Brandy was one of our
None of
first
them,
EIC on the initial team, and she worked at the Y at the time.
Yeah.
I believe she moved. Am I wrong about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yeah, we were really. All right. Well. All right. Well, does anyone motion to adjourn the meeting this evening?
I motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second? All right. All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Aye. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, staff members. Thank you, Councilmember Saper.
You're the honorary member. I didn't. So you just found out about that from.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to people over there about it now. You know, and they're claiming that it's, you know, maybe